Good morning! Cattle, feeding them. Don't have an auger bucket because it is out of action right now. There's an oil pipe on it which is goose. This is today's auger bucket. A man and a hard row mineral bucket. Let's rock and roll. Yard 1 bound. I need to see Riley from Stoag and Lewis from Knoxfield Fencing. They've laid out a lot of posts already. They've already got this gate hung. You can see they're quite a green tinge to them, but they weather into quite a nice colour. So Knoxfield, Lewis, oi, dog! The dog's just jumped in the back of Lewis's truck. Oh no, she hasn't, she's there. So Lewis is here to put up the fences. He does all of our fences now, really. And then we're using Stoag's product, their posts. Riley got in touch after doing a bit of stuff with Cammy, and Riley sent us up the materials to put this fence up round about the farm shop, which was pretty good of him, in return for a little bit of video coverage. Okay, Riley here from Stoag is up, and if you remember a few weeks ago we got some samples sent up of some various different posts and fencing options. So you've got the Fetra line here. Go and explain your Fetra.
Yeah. So you got the standard post here. This is standard livestock. So you got your normal netting, and then you got a line, a clip for the bottom line.
Yep.
Then you've got your two lines off the top there. So you can either do barbed, plain wire, or you can insulate it and have your electric.
All right, you can insulate them. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, they just clip in and straight out. It's a real simple design. So you've got a sort of a C channel here, and then you got your clips down the bottom. They're really easy to clip in and out. So just literally lift up the back of the clip there, and it clips in and out. So
okay, so you just push the wire in the front.
Yeah, bang on. If you've got any wire, but yeah.
You got in contact with me saying you need to do any bits of fencing. We're quite keen to do a bit of kind of awareness around your brand and what products you do. And I said, yeah, I am right now. And Lewis Knox is out there right now doing some fencing, so it was perfect timing. So I said, send up some samples. You sent your Fetra gear, you sent your various different types of posts, and this is basically what we've gone for. Copper oil treated, rather than the Fetra here at the farm shop, just purely for the look of the wood around the farm shop. That's why you sent the two coloured options. I'll put, you might have seen some of that stuff when Cammy was doing a bit of fencing, so I'll put a clip in from that stuff that Cammy's got.
And they're obviously tough enough that they can take a battle. Yep. So this is the Fetra, as we're going to be speaking about with Riley. Easy.
What are we putting up?
Today we're putting up this copper oil, so it is a creosote replacement.
You'll know actually, is creosote banned or becoming banned, or?
It's banned in Europe, and we've got, it was to be reviewed in January this year. Okay. And they've pushed it again, but now to 26. January 2026 they're going to review it again, whether they ban it or not. I don't. So
it's on the way.
Exactly.
So copper oil is effectively the replacement for the creosote.
Yeah, it's the treatment that has been proven and has been tested the most, and it's sort of the one that's shone through as a good replacement. Double dip stuff and double treated and things like that, but it's not as good. So yeah, this is still an oil based treatment, but it's just hasn't got that carcinogenic in it.
So is that, so I can see the screen right to the middle, is that because it's been treated once it's been cut, or is that just soaking right the way through in?
So that has been treated obviously after it's been cut.
Okay, yeah.
But
have you got an off cut or something?
So
that's a bit that's been cut.
So that's the heartwood there.
Ah, right, okay, so your external soak's getting
exactly
a good inch and a half in
so
there.
You will never treat that in the middle, because it's such hardwood. That is the hardwood, and that is quality timber there, because that is so.
You can see the density of the rings out there.
So that's what, 40 years old, probably. I'm not counting them, but yeah, you'll never actually really get in there. Same with creosote, you'll never get into the middle. So yeah, that there is a seriously good treatment.
At the same time, you don't need to treat the centre, because if you're protecting it with that edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is.
And that's obviously the top that's been hacked off.
So that's just been mullered by the post knocker. So it went in a bit wonky. So that's a.
Lewis is putting on the fences here. He says it's quite firm.
He's not
got a hard day's work.
He's alright. Yeah.
Right, Connor here is going to start whacking in some posts with a pipe. Do you like the Bryce Chopper?
Yeah, very good.
Best in the market.
Perfect. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes against the firm ground. It's amazing that I've just been able to fiddle with the sticks to move it about. You see a lot of those machines around down England way?
Yeah. There's quite a few makes you can get. There's ProTech, and ProTech's probably one of the bigger ones down in the UK. So
yeah.
Prices, it's got serious weight on that as well, so 450 I think.
450 kilo, it's just like 4 chaps and the post's done. It's just going up a foot.
I know.
Can I do a post? Can I do one? Yeah. There you are, Cam. Look at that, the only wonky post. Connor's going to put them all in dead straight and there'll be one sticking out. So at the farm shop, look out for my squint post. Only lifting that up a foot or two in it. It'll put it in by that much. 450 kilo weight up there. He's doing it a bit quicker than I was.
Yeah. Muscle memory on the old
experience, yeah. What's he doing here?
Got it a bit longer, some technique there.
No, they'll mistake this one for my one. My one might be straight after all. It does look leaning that way a bit. Good enough. Right, Lewis has been stuck with a good job. What do you call this?
Girdling.
Girdling, there you go.
Pinch it, or pinching.
Because my ground's too hard.
Yeah, we got everything just so we know we're going to get a post to depth.
Yeah.
And we always put a mark on our girdle, so we're not going too deep.
Yeah.
So the depth, so we know that's the depth of posts. And every post, pre-mark them all as well, so we know that's ground level and that's the top of our net. So when Connor comes round and intermediate, he's got his top line out. Then he's not put in, he just brings down his top line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a wee bit hard in here. But
so have you done any of these copper oil posts before?
We did once at the open day we had, AFI open day we had down there.
Right, yeah.
We used them down there, so yeah, this is only the second time we've used them. But yeah, so far the treatment, there's one or two that we've kind of put a wee cut at the top of just to see where it's going in, and its penetration's pretty good.
Yeah, right, Riley showed me the strainer, yeah.
So yeah, the growth rings are nice and tight, obviously with being pine from abroad, they're obviously slower growing, so it's tighter growth rings, but yeah, the penetration's right in. Obviously it's really hard to treat the hardwood. Yeah. But all the sapwood on the outsides.
Yeah, but you don't really need it, as long as the outside's well covered.
But yeah, so far treatment wise it's like quite good. Posts are pretty good uniform for being cunty peeled ones. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Listen, see what it looks like when it goes up.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, Connor's obviously getting them in, but
he's just on Instagram right now.
Oh, is he on Instagram?
no.
Scrolling on Instagram. So.
Hi, Grant. So you think you'll start using more of this stuff?
Yeah, potentially. We've had a few inquiries about people because it's getting out there. The word's getting out about this new treatment stuff. So,
yeah.
We have had a few inquiries about it. I had one yesterday. So.
Just depends what happens with the creosote. How long they're bound to eventually get rid of it.
There's a lot of hardcore creosote fans out there, and as I say, this will probably be their next
Yeah.
If they can't go to that, they'll probably go to this. And this is much nicer to work with.
Is it?
We've had some bad Creo burners in the past.
Have you?
Well, Campbell had one the other week there, which was never, we had that in there, that heat we had last week.
Just from handling them?
Yeah, just from handling them, yeah. This whole forehead was burnt. But like that was with sun cream on, sunblock on stuff, you still, it's just, you know, like you're rubbing your nose or wiping your forehead.
Yeah, it just gets on you.
It just gets on you. Whereas this stuff, yeah, there's been no sensations of irritation with this stuff at all, so yeah, much nicer to work with.
I didn't realise grey soap was quite that bad.
I think some people take it worse. It just depends how much I suppose you're rubbing.
Yeah,
So I know I had a bad one a couple of years ago, lifting a Creo strain and it just stuff on your shoulder.
Aye.
Rubbing on your neck. But, better keep up with him.
he's storming away. Right, cheers Liz. Yeah. Right, that should keep everyone happy. That's going to keep you happy.
I think it will. Matthew's starving, I think I'll have mine now.
Beautiful. He was born in 2005. That's mental. I can't believe that. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the shop opened at 2003. He's like, I wasn't born then. Way to make everyone feel old.
Shows how old you are.
Just have a bit of a tour here of Austrian farmers. I started the tour saying, are you all German? And I just about got turfed off the bus. But anyway, Dad usually does the tours, but he's away, so we're just getting a quick picture. But the Austrians, not the Germans, are way into the shop now for a plate of soup and a scone. New quip, big Dutchman hen equipment. There's a big coat in there. It's got a big number on it. Right, while we have Riley here from Stoag, we're just gonna use that bit of free labour to help me shift some cattle. I've told him I'll give him a wee tour, but what I mean is a working tour. He's doing us a whopper of a favour. Good man. 2 or 3 loads of cattle to shift. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, this tyre was soft actually. Is it fixed? Oh yes, Dad's going to get it reseated. Awesome. That makes my life easier. Oh, there you go. So you got on well at Wakami?
Definitely, yeah, he's good.
So you'll be back up there again?
Yeah, at some point.
Quite keen to.
Yeah.
The Anguses that are in here, we need them to shift them up to yard 2. We're at yard 3 right now. And thankfully Riley went to check if that gate's closed, because it wasn't. Would have been a disaster. What, like, do you like cattle?
Love them, absolutely love them.
You're not scared of them like Cammy? Right, I'll just get you, if you just stand on that gate and I'll hopefully just sieve just Angus's to you.
Yep. And
if it's not an Angus, then close the door. If one gets out, it's not a disaster. Ah, you'll be grand. There's one that's too quick for me, but actually it's not too bad. Slow the fly. There you go. You just stand at that gate and I'll run them into there. Go on, get on. Oh. So peeling out the Anguses to take them and weigh them. The booked in 5 to Highland Meats seem to be paying possibly a bit better, so we're going to try them. Go on in. How'd you enjoy that?
That's good.
Yep. Have you done much cattle work before?
A little bit, not too much, no.
Oh, you're a natural.
Done a lot with sheep, but not
oh god, oh god. Just the same but bigger, and they die less often.
Yeah.
Nicer to look at as well.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Whoa! Nothing better than a free set of hands. He's no fear of getting mucked in, to be fair. Give him a proper test. See what he's made of. Right, first 4 in. I think we've got 6 or 8 to go. First load done. Riley's just on the phone to Bruce, one of his colleagues down south, who watches the videos, so you'd get a job here.
I reckon.
He would. We're on load number 2 and he's got the hang of it. Think your dad would be wound up if I employed you and you disappeared?
No, right.
Bit of a trip to work, that. Right, load number 2, 1 more to go after this, and then just need to shove them through the weigh scales, get a weight on them, and then today is Thursday and I've got 5 booked in on Tuesday, so we'll be able to figure out which ones are going Tuesday, down to Highland Meats. Right, we're just going to get this lot weighed. They've not been weighed since they were weaned. Those will be down at yard 3. Hopefully going to get a weighing set up down there. I think the top end of these will be 680 down to 580, 600. Likes of that one there, that'll just be 5 580. Whereas the bigger ones, like that one looking at as 181, that could start with a 7 actually. Come on, pal, keep moving. You're alright, you're alright. There you go, 668 kilograms. Right, we'll do guess the weight for you. That one was 668.
668.
You guess the next one. Riley's going for 600 for the next animal.
590, 580, 600.
What's your number? Pick.
600.
600. Right, that I'm going to say it's 560. Oh! 488. 488 kilos, tiny. That was the second last born calf last year. Right, Riley's going 600 for the next one. I'm gonna go 560 for this one. 596. Again. Riley's thumping. 609. That's Pancake, the calf, the pet calf from last year. 609 kilos. How you doing, pal? Looking well. Not much of a pet anymore, I think she's forgotten me. There you go. Short and plump. Right, there we go, that's 11 done. And that's the weights of them. Top end is 700, bottom 487. That's I need to take a picture of that to do movements. And go. 1.5 kilos a day they have been gaining since the 21st. Oh, I weighed them on the 21st of January. Oh, most of them in October, November. Some of them in January, I don't know why. But in the last 6 months, that's their average weight gain, 1.5 kilos a day, which is pretty good. I'd like it to be a bit bigger, but that is the bottom end of my cattle, the lower end, the kind of slower stuff. So, and now you are fully trained stockman.
Yeah, I can use it to power as well.
Anyone down in the Cotswolds looking for a hand at cattle, he's available.
I'll try.
As long as you buy some fences. How many kilometres of fence posts for a 3-day labour?
1.
A kilometre a day?
Yeah. I'll do.
Done. Right, we're back from doing some cattle jobs, and the fence is outside of a top wire basically. It's pretty much done. So that's gonna be, we're also mounting an offset electric top end, so like off of there, there'll be electric wire sitting about here to keep the Highland coos off of this fence. And we're mounting it here so that if there's kids and whatnot, they can't get to it. So that's fairly greened, and then another bit that's sat in the weather there, it's just kind of a normal post looking thing. It's a pretty nice tight grain on that, isn't it? And we'll see how it goes. How are you getting on? You're getting through it?
Yeah, we're getting there.
You work with many rounds?
Not as much as I'd like to in the stock fencing.
Oh, you prefer a round?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to get them square.
Yeah. Every single one of them has got to be bang on.
Bob on. Yeah, yeah.
And they usually are, but especially up on the hills, rounds is a lot nicer.
It's got the box of goodies here. You're working hard to get Lewis's business here.
Some material sold on.
People are always interested in prices. So for the posts we're putting in, what's the dimensions of them?
Yeah, so they are a 5'6", 3 to 4.
3 to 4. What's
Yeah.
3 to 4 mean?
3 inch to 4 inch.
Yeah, diameter
So,
is somewhere between 3 and 4, just depending on how they're peeled.
Okay. Hang on.
And
These are quite good posts. They're quite uniform, so they're actually mainly they
Pretty
are
consistent.
Yeah, pretty consistent. Yeah, either.
Price point on these ones?
So a 6 foot 3 to 4, which is a bit bigger than this.
Yeah.
Would come in sort of around the £9 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your 5 to 6 would be a bit cheaper than that.
30-year life expectancy.
Correct. Yep.
Do you do any like warranty or guarantee?
No, not against this. No, we do that against Fetra. So
The Fetra stuff.
Fetra is a 40-year warranty.
40, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you
And the
pay-
price points on your Fetra?
They're around the £10 mark.
£10 a post. Okay,
So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's not.
Product's not cheap, but you get 30 years out of it. You're not replacing them. One, you've not got the labour to replace them once or even twice by that point.
But because it's a new product, it's obviously new to the market, so economies of scale within the next few years hopefully should come down. Because like Chris said, what it's got to now, I don't know how cheap it is. Some people get it in different areas, but it's been around for ages, and people have got it down. They've managed to obviously scale up and everything else, and they've got the price down. So hopefully by the time, in a couple of years' time, it should hopefully come down.
Yeah,
if
drop
Crew
a little
gets
bit.
banned and everything else, and then loads of people are making it and everything else. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it is pine, isn't it?
This, yeah.
It is pine, but it's it's slower growing in the continent than it is here. That as well. Beauty. Someone guess how many years old that is, or work it out. That is a properly treated strainer there. Good man, Riley. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for supplying the posts. I've not paid for them.
You can get a 10% discount off your first order.
Oh, can you?
Yep. If you
There you
mention
go.
that you've seen it on CrawfordsFarm.
There you go. Mention
There
it,
you
you'll
go.
get 10% off.
Yep.
It's quite a chunk actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Good man.
No worries. Yep. Thank you.
Over the last 2 days, there's been pallets set up here because there's been forklift training for Michael and Lucia in the shop to get them trained up on forklifts and get their ticket. I think they're just about finished. I asked if they'd passed and if he needed a backhander. Kev's currently taking down the old play area. Half of it's in this trailer. Right, there is some vehicles to pick up in the garage. A van that was in for, was it just a service and some, I don't know why it was in, needing some attention. My Defender, which was getting an MOT and failed on several things, so that's ready to pick up. So I'm hoping my brother is free to give Kev and I a run in to pick up those vehicles. Defender picked up, I just quickly stopped in there at Wiley Recycling. We end up with quite a bit of cardboard and we're looking at options for a baler. I stopped in at Wiley's to see if there was a market to take the stuff, and I met the boss man Jim there, and he gave me a quick flying tour of the place. And I don't like to ask to video stuff like that, but I wish I could have shown you what they were doing in there. It's quite amazing actually. And it just so happened that they also have 3 balers that they're not really using right now that might be for sale, so there might be one of them that could suit us, so they're just going to send me some prices for them. This is where all our bins are. Waste, you spend a fortune, get rid of waste. This bin, which is 1300 litres, I think that gets emptied every other week, and then with 4 other bins like that with cardboard. So I don't know by weight how much we're putting away every week, but by volume it's quite expensive. The only thing is we need storage to fill a full lorry. If we're not filling a full lorry, it's not that interested. If you watch PX Farms, he put in a big one recently. We wouldn't be opting for that size or layout, it'd be more for we'd be looking at a press down option. It takes up a lot less space. Waste is bottom line. If you can be producing less waste, it goes fully on the bottom line. My brother and I have both kind of thought about the concept of making dog food and things like that from butchery waste, because we're paying to get rid of quite a lot of waste out of the butchery, and you pay every week, whereas you process that, get that into dog food, and then 1, you're not paying to have waste taken away or less waste taken away, and 2, you're actually getting value for the product. Something to look into is the dog food thing. If anyone knows anyone who does dog food on a relatively small scale from butchery waste, please get me in contact. I would be very thankful. Look, see the bull's lying over there. See him on the far side? That's our food.
Which one is it?
Peggy. Oh, front right. I think we'll let them out of here. They want to get out, don't they?
So they're going to be in this one?
Yeah. Right, I put the window down for you. Right, Emily, you can video. It's already videoing. And if there's any cows come in the window, you can just put it up. There they go. Keen to get out. Oh, relax, relax, coos. Look at them go. I love it. Go on, Euro. Euro's looking really well right now. You can see there's quite a bit more grass in here than over there. Peggy's over there, not looking good. Come at this side.
Why come over here?
I managed to get the halter on it. I'm just going to drive over the top of it as close to him as possible, so the halter's as short as possible. I still need it shorter. Let's go move that.
Bit dodge. Right, Metacam. He's gonna weigh, how much does he need? 25 mil. Ah, no, he's got off. Damn. Right, I've got a handful of gates there, but I've no flipping pins. Anyway, I need to go along the road to get the livestock trailer anyway. If I get him in the pens, I'm going to need to bring him up. Yard one bound. Right, we need to get the trailer. Freddie, go and see if Betty's in the Can-Am. Where's the damn dog? The medicine I had for the bull is in this pocket. Spray for hoofs. Let's rock and roll! I say that, but I'm already here. If you haven't guessed it, the boss is away. Kev's away home. It's 7:20, and I drove past my sister-in-law telling her my plans, so she has insisted my brother come with me in case I get myself flattened by a bull. Probably sensible. Yeah, definitely sensible. So Ferg is just chucking on some boots while I put these gates in this trailer and we can take them down the hill. I must be doing something wrong, bulls wise. I decided it was just based on the fact that it's steep ground I'm working with. I'm going to get problems. And then both, Peggy goes to get a sore foot and he's been on the flattest bit I've got for the last 5 days. It's just a pain in the... That's the wrong way round, but I'll shut. We had it set up right in the middle there that was no use, so we're right up against the fence here and we used the electric wire down there to run him down, but he was not for it at the start, but eventually we got him. Fair bit of huffing and puffing later, but worth the hassle. Twice he had a look at that electric fence to jump it. Whew. Thankfully didn't. Right, we got him.
Daddy, have you seen? Then you probably wouldn't have any girls.
just like a little bit. Same that you get with a wee cut.
Yeah.
Come on, boy. Treated, get him in a bullpen, get him some grub, and fingers crossed really. Job done. Helpers are away for a bath and bed. And so am I. Anyway, signing off on a grumpy, fed up note with bulls. Look at the bandit. Oh, someday.